I'm good though. I went and visited my nephew. He's good. I dropped him off a very nice present. I got him a bike. I'm like I'm like the Johnny Appleseed of bicycles. Everywhere I go, I just bless someone here. Bicycle,
That's
another
crazy.
one.
This is what I was telling you about. That Doey has cult-like tendencies. Like he'll pick up a new fucking way of life, and he's just like, everybody got to live my way now. I'm a cyclist. Everyone's a cyclist. You should buy a bike. You should buy a bike. He's just running the streets, just buying bikes and commanding people to buy bikes.
Welcome to the One Up Podcast. I am your host, El Caballo, aka Tony. Here's some of my nearest and dearest. We got Doe, Mateo, and Pucho in the building today, boys. This beautiful day. Early mornings. Or late. I don't know. For whoever else is up in the world.
It's late as fuck. Anybody waking up at 11 talking something, it's early. I mean, I don't got no strong opinions about that, but you're
some people work late shifts. You know, they work graveyards.
That's why I said I don't got strong opinions about that. I respect different times, but I don't know. I'm an early bird. I get tight, especially out here in Florida. Ain't nothing be open, nothing. I want to wake up at 7 a.m. and be like, yo, let me go get a coffee. And the only place that's remotely open is Starbucks. It's like, bro, how come y'all mom and pop saying no? Fuck a Starbucks.
Fuck a doughboy, yo.
Ucho, that's not true because Frenchie's is open till 5 and then they close for 3 hours and then they're open again at 8.
He said 7 though, Mateo. It's the difference. By 8 o'clock, he's already had his coffee in his private little kitchen and then he's all chilling. He don't need to be going out.
Well, good. Then he's prepped to go to Frenchie's and have some Coors Light.
Watch some the Price is Right.
Wheel
of Fortune or Price is Right?
So
I think it's Wheel of Fortune.
I've got a fun update on that dive bar I went to last time. So I went to my normal bar. I went to the bar that I took Doey to. I went to this bar called the Night Owl, and I was talking to some of the other regulars there, and I was telling the story to Josh about this dive bar that I went to and how fucking weird it was. And this group of two dudes, an older Mexican dude and an older white dude, were like also listening to our conversation. They were like, and the Mexican dude looks over and he's like, "You went to Buddy's?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "And they served you?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Let me tell you a story." He's like, "So Buddy's used to be owned by this other bar here in town called the Poodle Lounge." And he's like, "And the Poodle Lounge was owned by a bunch of racists." He's like, "I went there one time back in like the 70s or 80s, and there were four other patrons there, and then there was the bartender, and I went and sat at the bar, and the bartender was doing bartending things and like restocking and whatnot. And then every now and then he'd look around and he would refill their drinks and he'd give them new beers, and then he'd go back to doing bartender stuff. And finally, after about 20 minutes there, one of the dudes at the bar turns to him and he's like, "Hey man, you know they're not going to serve you here." And he's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "They're not going to serve you here." He's like, "Okay, but why?" And the guy looked him up and down, and then he pointed to his skin, and then he pointed to his skin. It was a white man. And he was like, "They're not going to serve you here." And the guy was like, "Oh, all right." And he was like, "Cool, good to know." And he walked out. That same owner went and opened up Buddy's place, apparently. And it's a known, like, racist white bar. What? So... yeah, that's why that bar experience was so weird, because it was apparently a very racist old-timer bar. So I'm not going to be going back to that place.
But they served you?
They did serve me, yes.
Maybe they're changing.
It was a young bartender, so maybe the old-timer bartenders there are not as friendly.
Yeah.
Maybe they have some of the old ideals that bar was founded on or something.
Yeah, on the previous episode, you told the story and you said that you had a weird experience with a lot of old people asking you questions and things like that. And I asked, what do you think was the root of that? Do you think it was because of the color of your skin? And you're like, I don't know, maybe it's just like an age thing, you know? I don't know. It might be rethinking that, huh?
Absolutely.
That's fucking wild, dude.
Nuts. Yeah, they were like,
If
Yo,
I go to
that's
Austin, take
crazy.
me to that bar. If we go to Austin,
Nah,
take me to that
bro.
bar.
For what?
It definitely gives
Take
a
me.
new edge to that
Tony
question.
loves racists.
That question.
Nope.
That
I'm
question.
gonna go in there and I'm gonna ask for the drink, and I'm gonna sit there, and I'm gonna pull out a Mexican flag and put it over my shoulders, and ask them to play Mexican music.
So it does add a new edge to them asking me why I decided to come here specifically when I was at that bar. And it also explains why when we were watching the opening ceremony of the Olympics that night, they all did start booing every time a Middle Eastern country came on.
That's terrible.
I don't
That
remember
should
you
not
saying
be
that.
You
left.
didn't say that.
I
You
don't-
left that out.
I don't know if I mentioned that on the previous one, but they it came to me later on. I was like, they did boo every time a Middle Eastern team came on.
Wow.
That is horrible.
So yeah, racist bars are still around. So that's the thing.
Fucking sick. That's crazy. Well, though, how was your week? This shit is wild, Mateo. You find the weirdest fucking bars,
That
dude.
shit
Like,
is crazy. That interaction, yo. But you know what? I know Mateo. He's such like a. He's a very outgoing, like he's easy to talk to. So like anywhere he goes, he just can strike up a conversation. And those
Them
people
niggas-
them people are probably like, ooh, we can probe him. We can just ask him questions. Like, you know what I mean?
better be careful. They might try to follow you home and shit. And fucking, you gotta watch out, bro.
That's
Yeah,
fine. When I'm stumbling home from the bar, I don't even know what path I'm gonna take, so it's fine.
You're like, here, help me over this fence.
That's your that's your technique, the drunken master walk. You just fucking just walk and see who's following you.
Oh man. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so I'm good though. I went and visited my nephew. He's good. I dropped him off a very nice present. I got him a bike. I'm like the Johnny Appleseed of bicycles. Everywhere I go, I just bless someone here. Bicycle. Another
crazy.
one.
This is what I
No.
was telling you about. That Doey has cult-like tendencies. Like he'll pick up a new fucking way of life, and he's just like, everybody got to live my way now. I'm a cyclist. Everyone's a cyclist. You should buy a bike. You should buy a bike. He's just running the streets, just buying bikes and commanding people to buy bikes. This shit has happened. There's cycles. Doey's gonna get into the next new thing, and he's gonna want everybody to be down with that. Right now it's bikes. I mean, what was it, like 3 years ago or so? It was the seltzer water. He got on the seltzer water train, and he's like, everybody gotta get seltzer water. He's like, you don't want some La Croix? Or what about or what was the other one that you really liked? You didn't like LaCroix
I like
that much.
Schweppes. My
Schweppes. He wanted to
Schweppes.
buy stocks in Schweppes. He's like,
I could have made money, bro. I could have made money. All right, it's the
Nigga's a
best.
dick.
It's the best shit ever. All right, I'm sorry. 2 things that changed my life very positively: seltzer water because I stopped drinking soda, and bicycle because I started getting that workout. I also bought my second bike, guys. Ring a ding 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 ding. Yeah, I got a bike without a motor, and
you took the bike back already?
I took that small fucking bike back. Yes, I took
And you
that
got a new bike? So
and I
this is
got
your
a-
third bike.
a
Third
larger
purchase.
bike. Yeah,
Okay. A man's
no, but
bike.
it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same price though. So
What's large about it? The frame or
dude,
or-
the guy was. I was like, yo, I got one for you, and he's like, but it's a woman's bike. And I'm like, and he's like, but there's no difference between a woman's bike and a man's bike. And
So
I'm
then
like,
why say it's a woman's bike?
I don't know.
They're usually step through bikes.
So it did have a little lower. It was still very aggressive looking, but it just like the step through definitely had like a step through look. I rode this bike for a week and I was miserable. It wasn't the right size for me. Yeah,
That bad, huh?
basically it was a large, but it was for a large woman, but a small man. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely a bike for a smaller man. And there was nothing about that bike that I was enjoying. I was miserable for like a week.
That
I'm
sounds
glad-
like a commercial fucking slogan. It's like made for a woman or a small man.
That sounds really bad too, though. Like, I don't know.
Because
Whatever.
people are insecure. That's why.
Yeah, that
It's
sucks.
not really.
But
bad,
everything was smaller on there. Like the handlebar length was mad short. Like my reach, it wasn't there wasn't enough reach. I couldn't like change my stance. The crank arms were smaller than a normal men's bike, so it just felt really weird
Is it safe to say that that bike is made for shorter men?
for like a short man. That would have been like good, like 5'6", 5'7". Yeah, like that bike would have been okay. But for me, no.
So would this person over here be able to ride that bike?
On my screen,
Ooh.
you're pointing off into the middle of nowhere.
yeah.
This person over here.
You mean this person.
Look at
Nah. I think personally, like men are built differently, bro. The geometry for a man is different for a woman. Some of those bicycle parts are much smaller than what a normal man would need.
The one up you would have done there right there, Mateo's been like, I don't ride those sissy bikes. I ride motorcycles. Like, you
Yeah.
would've that's
Oh
the
man, but
one
I
up
don't
right
yet.
there.
I need to go pick mine up, man. I keep
It's
putting.
Oh, you
really-
still haven't got it?
I keep putting it off. I've got like other trips and things that have been planned, and I need to just go and check them out.
Motorcycles
wanna-
are pretty cheap too.
Yeah.
Cheap as in like not at all comparable to like a car.
It depends on what kind you're going for. The ones I'm looking for,
Yeah.
like I'm looking at about like $6,000. $6,000 is about what I'm going to spend on mine.
Oh,
Right.
damn.
You're not gonna find a good car at $6,000.
No.
Like,
Mhm.
like that's what I'm saying. It's like the price range for motorcycles, like the fucking Bentley of motorcycles are what, like Harleys and big ass Harleys.
Harleys, some of those new electric motorcycles,
Hayabusas.
those things.
How much those go for? Like 20, 30 something grand.
You can get up to 40, 60, man. Real easy on some of those. Those high-end motorcycles are crazy, especially those electric ones, because those things are basically just rocket ships. Like
The electric ones?
yeah, because there's no gearbox. It's just you throttle and you go, and
That's
those things have crazy like sub.
That's some Tron shit.
Yeah, they have crazy like sub 2 second like 0 to 60 times. Like they're frightening.
I might
Yeah,
want an electric
one of the
bike.
comments that everybody makes about those Teslas is like, we're so conditioned for engines, right? That like when you turn a car on, that subtle vibration of the car is a cue to us that we're so conditioned for. The car's on and we're not moving, but it's like at idle. When you hit that gas, the feeling of the transmission and the gears and all that, the loud revving, all that stuff is like almost like a prep. We get prepared to like speed off and stuff like that. And those Teslas, because they're all electric, they're silent pretty much. So when you hit the gas on those things, it just boom, it just takes off, and it like the people in the car, they're always like, it's unexpectedly fast, because I guess all the cues that you look for in a car are not present anymore. Like
Yeah.
there's no engine like revving and any of that. It's just you're just off. Like
Yep. And there's no gearbox, so it just goes. It just goes and goes and goes. It doesn't go and then slow down a little bit. And yeah, like they have to. Some of the vehicles, they've pumped engine sounds through the speakers,
Yes.
so that way you can actually hear when you're accelerating. Like it's crazy stuff.
I don't want any of that. If I got an electric car, I want silence and just me fucking going.
I want the Tron bike sound, or like
You
or the Jetsons car sound.
You just
that would
drive
be funny.
in silence, Tony? Or
that's
when
terrible.
You just drive silent.
Yo, that's nigga. Like some of these more expensive vehicles, like when you sit inside them and drive them, it's quiet. Like they're built for comfort and just instead of hearing the roadways and all the bullshits like that, that's what they go for. And you get it in an electric car, so you don't really. I think that's cool. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Some people
But
say that makes you
still
safer.
hear- Go ahead. I'm sorry. Matthew.
Some people say that makes you safer, being able to hear the roadway and like the other vehicles and things like that.
Yeah.
I can see that. That in that safe way, I can see like maybe you want to do that, but I don't know.
I actually witnessed an accident when I was in Fort Myers. We were all on the highway. It's a dangerous ass highway, apparently. The one that goes from Fort Myers to Tampa. There's like a highway. Somebody in front of us slowed down, and another person slowed down, so we had to slow down, and that trickled back. I looked back. This old Lincoln wasn't cutting. It was like a big box Lincoln that just smashed into the back of a Dodge Ram. It was over. A whole bunch of smoke. That shit just went poof. I should have just said poof.
That's why you got to wear your seatbelts, though.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody was wearing their seatbelt.
Not in that picture.
Listen, there was a car full of children, all right? There was like 6 kids back there.
No
Sonny,
seatbelt.
you don't have to correct people. Just let people live. You don't got to make people feel bad. Just let people have whatever views they want to have, Tony.
We're a new One Up podcast.
Subtle foreshadowing of a topic in the future.
It's fucking ammo bagging, ladies and gentlemen.
What do you got, Booch? Did you get up to anything exciting this week?
I just been reading a lot, man. You already know I left on vacation. I just got back from vacation last week, and I get in these habits when I go on vacation. Instead of being and present on those and doing the stuff over there, like on a vacation, whatever, I just end up reading a lot. Mostly because the flight on the way, there's shit to do. I have hours of downtime. I start reading, and then I just I get hooked. I started reading the Death Gate cycle a couple years ago. I read the first book. I loved it, and for whatever reason, just didn't continue it. And then on the flight there, I read the second book, the whole second book. And then
Jesus.
What was that?
I said, Jesus. How big was this book?
Yeah,
That's
that's
400 pages. These are fantasy books, so they're going to be 400 to 800 page books. These are a little shorter than your Game of Thrones book, but they're in the 400 or 500 page range. And then I'm I just literally sitting here, sound check. I just finished the third book. Awesome fucking book series. So yeah, man, I just been reading. Yesterday I had a little get together, a bunch of family. Really the first time that I'm had a rando get together, not because of someone's birthday or something like that. So
since the pandemic times,
this COVID shit's getting out of control again, though, man. This Delta variant, people don't want to get their vaccines.
I think
it's ridiculous.
I think Texas just surpassed New York for COVID deaths.
Yeah, man. New York got their shit together for a while there.
Yeah, no, Florida's doing terrible apparently as well.
Yeah, the niggas hit a new record of confirmed cases and shit.
It's 14,000 a day apparently.
Bunch of
in New York, it's a 900 a day.
It's just crazy. Just bro, I know people don't believe in it or don't want to believe in it, and the vaccine's fake. Bro, just take the vaccine.
Now, it's worse than not believing it, though. They actually believe that it's going to do things to them. I saw one of our friends' or something. They're I'm going to let you guys be the guinea pigs. When you guys start growing lizard limbs, then I'll know not to take it. If you don't grow those lizard limbs in a couple years, I'll get the COVID vaccine. And I was just saying, dude, in a couple years, COVID might not even be relevant. So it's or maybe it is, if we keep up with this bullshit where people don't want to get vaccines. It's funny, you said, right, Tony, you're you should wear your seatbelt. I view vaccines the same way as I view a seatbelt. It's does a seatbelt stop you from dying if you drive too fast or reckless? Nah, you'll probably die. But in a lot of cases, it's gonna stop you from dying, and it's gonna be overall safer than not wearing your seatbelt. So just get the fucking vaccine. Is it going to stop you from getting COVID? No. It's not. Just like a seatbelt's not going to stop you from getting a car accident. But is it going to make that thing better? Yeah. Is it going to make it less likely that you die? Yeah. It's you should probably get it, dude. Mm-hmm. People have these crazy conspiracies like people trying to microchip you or trying to do this other bullshit. It's dude, get the fucking vaccine. People are dying. You not getting the vaccine is going to cause other people to die by you're more likely to get it. You're then more likely to spread it and more likely to give it to other people that are at high risk and shit like that. It's like, come on, get the fucking vaccine.
These fucking people that got a D on their 7th grade science class are trying to tell me with all this what they believe with scientific knowledge. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Go get the goddamn vaccine or fuck
Mateo,
yourself.
it's not even FDA approved. People, I keep seeing people say it's not even FDA approved.
Imagine if I told y'all that I just didn't believe in gravity anymore.
The flat Earth people say that gravity doesn't exist. Or
Yeah.
some shit like that.
You know
No,
what? Those flat
absolutely.
Earth people can keep building all the steam rockets they want and launch themselves into the goddamn Earth.
Yeah,
Shit is
man.
amazing.
It's just crazy, man. People keep dying.
Yeah.
People don't take that shit seriously enough. They're just they have a view of like, as long as I'm not dying, then I'm okay. Or I got the flu vaccine 1 year and I got really sick, and I've never gotten the flu vaccine. And it's like, all right, well, I guess that proves that the vaccine did it against all the fucking data that says otherwise. But
Yeah, it was very bad when I went down to Florida. Like the answers I was getting, like from people if they were vaccinated, and like the stuff that was going down, I was very surprised.
yeah, like my daughter's birthday's coming up soon, right? And we were planning on or we're planning on having like a party, having people come over and all that stuff. Tony still having RSVP'd, and yeah, now with this whole Delta thing, it's like, dude, what the fuck? Like last year we didn't have a birthday party because of COVID. Now this year it's like we want to have a birthday party. We're planning it, but it's like now you got all these fucking motherfuckers that don't want to get vaccines and shit. It's like, should we just straight tell people like, all right, if you're unvaccinated, like get the fuck out of here. Like you're not coming to my crib type of shit. Like
Yo,
people
I
would be
would-
offended though. People
Yo.
would be offended.
I'm sorry.
happened?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I have to make this. You got to draw a line somewhere, right? And I feel
Yeah.
like this is a very good place to draw a line at.
Yeah.
What do you,
You know what I mean?
Like on visitations or hanging
No.
outs or what do you-
Well, yeah, like, dude, you don't want. Dude, not everybody is gonna survive COVID when they catch it. Just because you survived it and you've gotten it twice, 3 times, nothing happened to you, that doesn't mean that the next person isn't gonna have the same issues. So it's I think personally, I don't think it's a wrong thing to do, to be like, yo, gotta be vaccinated.
Yeah. No, dude, I'm all on board for these. There's a big argument right now about like whether concert venues and bands in particular should be doing vaccinated only shows, and whether they should be requesting proof or like proof of a clear COVID test and things like that. And people that are unvaccinated are getting real offended about that and saying that it's infringing their freedom. I am all for vaccinated only shows. Like if you're not willing to go to that level to protect other people around you, you don't get to enjoy music. You know what? You lose music. You lose live music. Get out of here. You get no restaurants either. You get no shopping. Stay at home like a damn hermit in your little cave, and us vaccinated people can go and live our best life.
I like hermit crabs. I used to have them as a pet.
Hermit crab?
Yeah, you don't know what a hermit crab is?
Yes. Wait, no, I don't think so.
He was all confused about a hermit crab, and then he's like, "No, I know what a hermit crab is."
That's hilarious. But yeah, I think I also like how they're not like it kind of sucks that they have to. They're giving incentives. Yeah, I almost said insensitive. Incentives to people to get the vaccine.
You
Like,
could deadass have one of these as a
Flea.
pet.
Yes, nigga. I used to paint their shells when I was a little kid. I used to like draw like little cartoon characters on them. And
Tony
shit.
would spray
Whatever.
paint
That's
them.
It's been abusing animals for fucking decades.
decorating their hermit crab shells is
Painting their fucking property and their body, and
that's a house. It's not their body.
Imagine
I mean,
if someone came by and just decorated Tony's house for him.
I think if you rip a hermit crab out of their shell, they'll die.
No, I think they find a new shell.
Let's not rip them out of their shell.
Well,
but
I'm saying if you rip them out, I think they'll die.
Yeah, because you're ripping them out.
I think they're attached to their shell until they want to get another and attach to another.
I thought they
shell.
just had little feet that like hooked into. We don't know anything about hermit crabs.
No, hermit crabs literally, they go into the shell and their body is not one. They don't fuse. It's not fucking Dragon Ball Z. They don't fuse together and fucking become one with the shell. They attach themselves in there by their feet or whatever it is, claws.
Their feet. And
they just sit in there until they outgrow the shell, and then they go in to look for another one. That's it.
Okay. All right. All right. I don't watch as much Animal Planet as Tony.
They can live to up to 20 years, guys. That's pretty cool.
A fucking long time.
That brings up a good question, though. Do spiders have feet or do they have hands?
Fuck. They got fucking hands.
All hands?
Nah, I don't know. Just talking shit.
I don't think they have feet or hands.
Well, what would you qualify? What would you classify them as?
I guarantee you, there's a word. 100%. I think hands and feet imply like a specific type of anatomy. Right. I don't know if insects have hands and feet the way that mammals have hands and feet. They definitely have legs.
See,
we can agree on that much.
See, and now I've got an excuse to Photoshop one of us as a spider and one of us as a hermit crab.
I'm with it.
Well, since we're talking about hands and feet, to all the listeners and the viewers, please hit the like and subscribe button on our Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram page at the One Up Podcast. We are out here. We need y'all love and support constantly, daily, yearly. Annually. Might be the same thing.
We sound needy.
Annually.
I like this. Yearly and annually. Like
Same
no
shit.
fucking discrepancy. It's like, what the fuck is bi-weekly? Is it twice a week or every 2 weeks?
Yo, that
so
shit's
Tony's making
confusing.
sure you understanding us, all right?
I hate bi-weekly. I like weekly checks. I don't want no bi-weekly anything.
Yo, bi-weekly sucks.
Yeah, ever since I got on the weekly train, I never want to go back.
Yeah, bro. Every week, I used to love weekly checks. And then bi-weekly came into my life, and I'm like, yo, fuck this bi shit. This shit is fucking trash. I want my check every Friday. But whatever. Maybe I hit the lotto and then retire. But my week is good. Just so you guys know, because no one asked me. No one ever wants to ask me.
We intentionally never ask you because it usually results in going down a rabbit hole that no one wants. How was your week, Tony?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, me and Luke are chilling right now. We're having a great time. It was Emily's birthday, my wife's birthday, on Friday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yep, she's a big old 29 years old. Next year's the Dirty 30 party. It's going to be extravaganza.
Well, not way younger, but I just forget.
Yeah, she's like 3 or 4 years younger than us. More than y'all, I think. I know me, but I don't know how old everybody else is. Mateo's like the oldest, right? Mateo's the oldest one. Yeah.
I'm an old bitch.
Doe, you're not 30 yet, right? Or you are 30?
Doe's 32.
No, I'm not 30 at all. 29.
29.
But as you notice, your boy's coming back to town again. Cowboy season is among us. Just so everybody know, football season is right around that fucking corner. It's gonna be lit every Sunday. We're gonna have to start this part a little early on Sunday, boys, because football Sunday, your boys gotta watch it. Just gonna say.
Yeah, I'm down with recording earlier. Sure.
I don't give a fuck about that, but I want to record it earlier.
Nah. You know what? They should move football days to Saturday.
Nah, it's college day.
Fuck college football. That's just whack. They should move NFL to Saturdays. That way, when I'm out there in Palm Beach, we could watch the football game, and I could still just come home. It's like the Sunday shit. Everybody got to go to work, so it's like it just makes it difficult to enjoy life with your friends. Like,
yeah, who made that? I want to know who made that schedule, right? Like, who and what NFL committee at that time said Sunday is football day? Like, why not Saturday? Everybody can cook and grill, get drunk, and then Sunday, like you said, just relax and watch college football.
It's the TV ratings, man. Everybody's home on Sundays. So because they got to go to work on Monday. So if you're home, what do? You watch TV. It's about that. That's why like all the big like HBO's TV shows, their biggest TV show goes on the Sunday night slot. Everybody's home at Sunday 9 p.m. Nobody's not going to be home at that time. So that's the time people watch TV. Like that is all about TV ratings.
I've definitely been out late night on some Sundays.
Oh, fucking Mateo. Yeah. he's over at Frenchie's hanging out with the racists and buddies.
Facts.
No. Frenchie's ain't.
We have no proof whether Frenchie's is or is not racist.
We cannot substantiate those claims.
It's just the VFW bar, There's certain demographics, but the buddies though. We've heard
Those
some
ain't
words.
your buddies.
Not my buddies. You're in the high road. No.